Okay, Mike Lindell joins us now. Mike, my guys are over at the Supreme Court waiting for the drop off. Where do we stand? I know you're flying around. Every time I talk to you, in a different state, talking to officials. Can you give us an update of where do we stand? You've got the 96 hour that starts, I think, Wednesday night, goes all the way through the weekend. You're going to unpack the complaint, I think, on Thanksgiving Day itself at noon Eastern, 11 o'clock Central. It'll be right at the end of the War Room Thanksgiving Day special. We got all that. Can you just get people up to date, because you're in a different location 5 times a day? Where do we stand with getting buy-in on this?
Yeah, and I had a quick setup here to give you an update. We're flying around the last couple of days. It's been very chaotic. If getting at 0 hour here, getting these AGs to sign up and get this out there. But we do have a full copy of the complaint with any of the changes that they needed, and we're going to have a great update for you. I'd like to come back on at 5 o'clock, Steve, but this is kind of this is historic. I've seen the complaint. It is it is epic. That's all I can say. It's epic. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the changes that they wanted in it. It's their complaint. This is the Attorney General's. This is the state's complaint against the U.S. government. So we're working very hard to get. I told people yesterday.
Let me ask, but certainly come on at 5. You have an open invitation always to come on here, particularly on this issue that's so central to the 3 November movement. Remember, this is Mike Lindell's kind of air game as other people go through the ground game. But here's the thing, is that, and you're going to lay out the complaint itself on Thursday, so people will be able to see that. And, of course, that'll lead to many great Thanksgiving dinners, we're sure, late in the afternoon, as now people have the ability to argue with their favorite uncle or favorite cousin, who maybe is not a Trump supporter. So, but by the way, we now know from Richard Barris's polling, there ain't many of them, and there's not a lot that are going to step forward. Only 30% of independents in this nation approve of Joe Biden. That's historic. And by the way, that's in the margin of error. It's somewhere, we've said from day one, we can get that number to the 20, which is historic. 30 is historic, but 20 is mega historic. We're going to get it there. But is it, do you think that, and I won't call it an artificial deadline, because I know you're trying to herd cats, right, with this complaint. But is it the deadline? Is it the deadline itself, or just walk us through the process? Because people are kind of on tenterhooks about how this rolls.
That was the date I put in there. Obviously, this is their complaint. I put this in it because I wanted to put pressure on there to have the complaint, so we can go through it piece by piece. And I put this date on it. Now, I've had many AGs yesterday. I was on the phone with 4 of them yesterday, and some of them have so much going on right now that, last Friday they gave them till today to fighting these mandates where kids had to take the vaccine. And that was in many states out there. That was very public on Friday. You have a lot of things that are happening out there very suspiciously, almost trying to slow these guys down. And but we'll have it is kind of like herding cats. You have different ones at different levels. Well, I do have a couple, which I don't want to announce right now, that said straight up, we're not going to do it. And it's a shame. And we're going to have a great way for you to reach out to your own state AG. In fact, Steve, I'm going to have that up by 5 o'clock. We'll actually have a full copy. I'm hearing that we'll have a full copy of the complaint, and we'll be allowed to get parts of it out there where you'll have the AGs, your AG right on there where you can email your own AG, because there are states, a couple that are very disturbing, that they gave no reason. We don't want a part of this. We don't want to help save our country. They didn't say that outright, but I mean, what else would it be? I don't get it.
Okay, so we'll have you back at 5. We can put the complaint, but on Thursday, because the complaint's quite voluminous and it's going to need lawyers to kind of walk people through. You're going to have a complete team to walk people through this on Thursday?
We're going to have a team of lawyers right after your show. We want everybody on the War Room to see everybody out there. You guys need to spread this far and wide, this 96-hour thanksathon we're having. This is so important that we get eyes on this, everybody. We have to get eyes on this, because if this case, even if if it gets out today or tomorrow or whenever it's filed, if they're not going to talk about it. And Fox, these outlets are not going to talk about it. They're going to chat silence. So we need everybody out there, to see it, and we need to get to push to just keep pushing them. We will go through it. We'll have a team of lawyers, some that were involved in the writing of it, some that weren't, and go piece by piece. It'll take, I don't know how long it'll take, as long as it takes on Thanksgiving. And we're also on Thanksgiving. Remember, we're going to take everybody back in time from before the 2020 election. Pretend you missed something out there. What did I miss? You won't believe it. I've been going through the timeline, Steve, and the things that the stuff that came out back then that they didn't want you to hear or see. It's horrific. All I can say is that's the only word I can say is, why wasn't the public made aware of this? Where was Fox? Where was our news outlets?
Mike, we'll see you back here at 5 o'clock. I know you got other meetings with these AGs today. So as you continue to herd cats, thank you very much for joining us here in the War Room.